Alright, hey guys, I'm back. I showed you a video earlier I posted, and I'll put the link in the description below. The A2 Pinsetters I removed from a bowling center that closed. They had 14 lanes. I'm sorry, 16 lanes, and now they have 14 machines left. They're in okay shape. They need some work to them, some TLC. I only had I gotta get the rest of this stuff cleaned out of here, but it's winter time, so it's gonna be a springtime project. I only had 3 of these kickbacks, which are these wooden things. It appears that the pinsetter set on. They sit right there. I had to make the 4th one because machine number 2 and 3 share the same pier, and that's still at the center itself. So I made one. I did fire these up last fall when I assembled them. This is the pier that I made myself for it to sit on, and it's worked out so far. The only issue I had was it's not square to the other machine, so it'll never set the pins correctly, as on the dots down there on the pin deck. You can see in that angle right there, that second machine is off just a little bit. I'm going to see if I can't straighten that up, but they're pretty good size. Almost go up to the ceiling there. I had to move the garage door opener back. I did fire them up in the fall. These run on 220. I used the generator. I gotta run 220 out to the garage. This is the back of them. The pinwheels do work. Man, they were heavy. I left them in one piece, and then the conveyor works in the back. So once I get these things up and running, I'll show you guys another video, or I'll put a couple up once it warms up. I don't like to turn them on when it's super cold out. I don't have heat in my garage. But it was quite the project. It's kind of dark in here. I should have turned the light on. Won't be able to see too much. Maybe I'll grab that hole on here. Alright, back with you here. Turned the light on. You can see there's a lot going on in these machines. A lot of timing. The turret spins. So basically, the pins fall down. Goes up the pinwheel like you see in the other videos on YouTube. There's one here in the conveyor now. And they spin up and drop in the turret, and the turret spins and stops. This machine, which was in lane 1, I'm having trouble with. The rake wants to hang up with the deck when it's setting pins. I did not turn this one or cycle this one through. I wish I had a heater garage to keep these in. There's moisture there on the engine or the motor. I don't like seeing that, but I got a book the other day. I'll put that up in another video. It was on eBay. I got it down in Florida. They sent it up to me, but putting these back together and taking them apart by yourself is quite the it's quite a job. I will warn you, I'm not a mechanic I've never worked in a bowling alley before. I'm built on leagues and whatnot. And you see in these videos, if you do take any of these machines apart, this, call it the torpedo tube, this guy right here, it goes way up here. There's a piece of all thread, it goes through that eye and all the way back to this one. You want to put that in there and collapse that spring in and snug it tight before you take any of the rake stuff off. If not, that'll shoot out of there. It can kill you. I mean, there's a lot of tension on that spring. So I got information from a mechanic that told me about that before I tore these apart. But I put them all back together, and I got to check the oil in the gearboxes, go back and oil them, do what the book says, the spec, putting the belts on, are all back on. That was a challenge. They say when you take them apart to keep machine specific parts of that machine with that machine. So if anything comes off of machine 1, you want to put it back together with machine 1, not interchange them with machines, because their adjustments will be off. But I'll send up more videos, upload them. Like I said, I'll put the link below of the picture of the alley that I got these from, and you can watch that short video. But everything is really heavy. I put the moving deck cables back on. It's anybody can work on these things. You just have to be careful, because they will hurt you. I was warned by a mechanic that there's been lots of people that's lost appendages with them. working on them when they're still on or they're tripping. But there's the A2 decal there on the front. And these machines, as far as I understand, are A2s from the factory. The A machines, the power box, would have been on the other side of this, facing forward. And then they were converted over to A2s. And then the A2s were converted to jet backs. And they never made any jet backs at the factory, if I read that correctly. There were always the A2s converted over at the alley for a jet back. So these are definitely A2s. Once I get some more research done on them, I'll let you know maybe about what year I think these were manufactured. Alright, hey, thanks for watching. Make sure you click subscribe. Look in the link below for the other movie I put up on there. Alright, thanks.